Shane Santora for Towson and Petey LaSala at the face-off X for Virginia, and we are underway in Charlottesville. Jared Connors, and that one hits the pipe off the cross of Connor Shellenberger, the redshirt freshman, the #1 player coming out of high school in his class. And Quinty redshirted last year, not because of injury, but because he could in Virginia.
He's emerging, he's versatile. Coach Tiffany spoke glowingly of him.
First run on offense for Virginia. Charlie Bertrand, and now Payton Cormier with a shot, the Canadian. That one is saved. Comes back to Shellenberger, and Virginia with a torrent of shots on Shane Brennan, and it's Shellenberger's first career goal.
This group is going to be dangerous. I mean, you just look around, there's not a weakness in the bunch. Shellenberger, who played at St. Anne's Belfield in the Charlottesville area, a year at Bullis.
Wasserman again. This is going to be a midfield-oriented offense. Here's Greg I. Ooh. Brody McLean having trouble with it. Virginia defensively, you see Kate Sawstead out there, which is a good sign. His first game since the championship in 2019 on the doorstep. And beating road is James Avanzato, the Maryland transfer.
Nice possession by Towson, I tell you. That's a good start. That's a good start for the Tigers. Here's the first shot. You make the call at home. Yeah, that's a goal.
That's a goal.
That's a goal. That is absolutely 100% a goal that was taken off the board. The good news for Tiger fans, what a pass to the backside.
Over to Wasserman. Wasserman plays it back.
Oh, another pipe.
Another pipe. Scooped up by Jake McLean. He'll play both ways.
Now, these are body punches now, making Virginia play defense. Extended possession.
Avanzato maneuvering around X. Low shot, and he beats road. 2 goals for James Avanzato, and it's 2-1 Towson.
Sachem North out of Suffolk County, spent some time at Maryland. He was an Under Armour All-American. A move at X, he likes his match.
For Towson, Quint, a good early sign, able to generate some offense. That was a real struggle. This team only averaged 7 goals a game last year. Here's LaSala, shovels it back. Cormier! Off the... Jack Peel off the wing, couldn't scoop it clean, but Kate Sawstead has it for Virginia. Sawstead, a redshirt sophomore out of the Dallas area, did not play last year, was injured after being one of the standouts in the championship game. He took away Jackson Morrill of Yale when Virginia won it all.
Well, he was a freshman, correct?
Now this guy is a 5th-year Brody McLean, Towson's top scorer from a season ago, and he has given the Tigers a 3-2 lead.
Towson wins the restart. Ball goes out of bounds on the sideline. There's a change of possession. Virginia's on a sub. A team that has historically had such a strong sense of identity, playing to their strengths, staying disciplined the whole game.
Beecham. Back to Stewart, who transferred in from Denver. Down the alley, another shot, another score. Ryan Swain, the junior. That's just his 2nd career goal. Towson doubling up Virginia early.
Those are bonus points. When your second midfield comes on and gets a quality shot and a goal, that's big. I mean, that is big. Near side bouncer. Rhodes mostly attack. He's 6'3". Still finding his groove. But you talk about production. He had over 200 goals.
Xander Dixon, inside roll, had a good look, just maybe no angle. And who wins the race? It's going to stay with Virginia. Shellenberger got there just before his defender, Kobe Smith. Shot on the run by Cormier, his second, Virginia within one.
This is a freight train alert. Big man running downhill to his strength. I mean, this guy's going lefty as much as he can.
Connor against Hund, the sophomore.
Zone defense.
Good look here for Harris. Passes it to Shellenberger. Towson recovers. Shellenberger up top. Harris for the tie. Assist by the redshirt freshman, the goal by the senior.
Step into a seam, draw the attention of the defense, maybe draw two defenders, kick it to your teammate right here who steps into the lane. Man, that's a thing of beauty.
There was a penalty, so Virginia's man up. That must have come down between quarters, we were not told. Garno, that one.
Yeah.
The side of the net.
That was a half a mom goal for you, Anish.
Dixon comes away with it off the scramble. Cormier looking for the hat trick. He's got it, the fourth of his career.
This game's had a riveting tempo. Virginia had 16 shots in the first quarter. Again, off the fail clear, Dixon skip pass. And the comparison, Xander Dixon looks good this year, but Cormier, man, the comparison you made.
Lars Tiffany took over. That was a hallmark of Dom Starja's teams too.
Doyle Smith, their longtime SID, the king of lacrosse stats, made it, I think, unequivocally clear to Coach Starja. Ground balls win games.
Bertrand to the right hand. Charlie Bertrand's first goal as a Cavalier. And that is 4 unanswered for UVA.
He's a player. Merrimack transfer. Baldwinsville, New York. That's what, northwest of Cuse?
Yep. As I've learned from hanging around with you, goalies are characters. Alex Rode is on another level. Here's Cormier. Oh, he is a modern-day Merlin with the stick. He's got 4, and that is 5 straight for Virginia.
You mentioned it, Anish, 2019, he had that injury, that ACL. Last year he was 12-7, shooting 50%. We've seen him time and room from mid-range. Here's a little bit of an alley dodge. Lefty against a shorty. He shields his...
To watch, just because, again, in that size and that package, the creativity, the stick work, the imagination, the joie de vivre. Here comes Shellenberger, hard shot, off the pipe and in. Shellenberger against Kobe Smith, the All-American. Little screen game there by Cormier. Cormier calling for it. Cormier, left hand free, 5 for the big Canadian.
Pump and go. You catch that. Watch this defensive approach at Cormier. It's down to 2.
Austin Stewart. Here comes Swain. He's got a goal today. 7 straight goals by Virginia. Now Milani And that one rattles in. Andrew Milani, the redshirt freshman, just his second career goal. And it finally stems the Virginia Tide.
This is a wicked wrister that hits the far low corner. Milani, known as a... Virginia operating against the 3-3 zone. Shellenberger behind the goal. Bertrand left-handed inside roll. And he scores. Charlie Bertrand with his second. The transfer from Merrimack. Virginia has their 9th goal. Check that 10th goal. Charlie Bertrand is fit in right away. Lanky lefty, just a simple inside roll. He's able to use his length and his range to create a shooting angle. Watch when he turns here against the shorty. Right here, watch him use his stick. Brennan coming high, so stay big. You can take that one off the face or the stick. You know, don't guess low from in tight.
Quint, I appreciate the assist there. My screen froze.
Well, it's probably from all your daughter's Frozen things.
Shellenberger stole it, the Virginia Rock.
You know, Jeff Connor, Peter Garneau, Xander Dixon, Griffin Harris, Jack Simmons. Those type of names. Now, you're going to give a lot of playing time, too. You're going to give them an opportunity here to, to earn more playing time down the road.
Now, Petey LaSala's been good, too. Now 11 of 15 at the faceoff X.
I think LaSala is going to make the transition from a moto grip guy.
Can't call him a Fogo.
No, and that's why I think he's going to make such a great transition. You know, he's typically been a pinch and pop guy, Rocky Point, New York, but he's such a great athlete. I mean, he's like a little fullback. He's got good foot speed.
Virginia had 7 caused turnovers in the first half. That was an unforced error by Towson. The Tigers seeing this one get away. Here's Shellenberger. He's got 4 goals. What a debut for the redshirt freshman.
Flamethrower. See Towson talking this over. It appeared as if they were in a zone, but it was kind of like a stand around and do nothing zone.
His club team.
It's a booming area, without a doubt. You go back to
There's
the Charlotte
bars
Hounds.
against Shellenberger.
You go back to the value a professional franchise can add to an area, because it brings guys who are just out of college and they're going to relocate there and find jobs there, and then they stay and start lacrosse clubs. And so whether it's PLL or old school MLL, places like San Fran, Charlotte, it drops lacrosse players to pollinate.
Xander Dixon, great feed by Bertrand. Virginia's in midseason form. Maybe Towson is the same team that we saw last year, but boy, Virginia is firing on all cylinders, 14-5.
Xander Dixon was a really high-ranking recruit. He would be a starter at a lot of teams. Somehow gives somebody an advantageous situation, whether it's off a pick, a switch, or an approach.
Gallagher banging against Matsui. Gallagher, nice move inside, goes awry, feeding the center, and Towson cans it. We remind you tonight, Notre Dame and Georgia Tech men's basketball on the ACC network at 8 p.m. Eastern. Mike Bray's team against Josh Pastner's team. Yellow Jackets not very deep. Neither team is. Milani with the extra man goal for Towson. And Virginia's lead is 7.
Skip pass. Chop. McLean through the defense to the back post. This view will be terrific. through sticks. Good handle in traffic. Emerging defender in the ACC, without a doubt.
Big-time recruit out of high school, top 15 nationally according to Inside Lacrosse. And defense there by Kobe Smith to knock that pass down. Now Bertrand picked up by the freshman Bars. Bertrand shoots and scores. A hat trick for Charlie.
Those games, they're going to be lit. I mean, they're going to be fun to watch.
Laviano limping a little bit. Bertrand snakes around and scores. That's 4.
Does he look comfortable or what? I mean, he like fits in perfectly. He's got a roll. They're putting him in nice spots. He's a lefty who can move. Talked about his length. Laviano took a shot. Laviano's a tough guy, man. He is a scrapper. I love his game. All he does is score goals and ride. He's feisty. And Bertrand is productive.
Season number one before Duke.
I'm not even asking about them, but just say, who's been more impressive to you? Duke or Virginia? Because I say Virginia has been definitely more impressive.
Not even close.
Now, again, it's February. It's the first week of February.
Was that a sock trick for Cormier? You bet it is. 6 goals. More talent than anybody. But one, you can only play 10. And secondly, it's a lot of new pieces figuring out how they fit and where they fit. And in a season which you will likely see interruptions and a lack of continuity, I think there's a premium as Garno finds the back of the net. I think there's a premium, Quint, on having played together, on the built-in chemistry that is already there. In a regular season, Duke is the regular, I mean, they're the runaway #1. But in a season like this, teams like Syracuse, teams like Virginia, teams that have had that continuity, there is an advantage there.
These are meaningful minutes now. Every opportunity on tape for your coaching staff. Show your attitude here. Yeah, Virginia's going to win this game. This is a really important shift for this midfield group.
Reagan Quinn on cue.
We saw him in practice, was it, Anish, right?
Yeah, I was just saying, he was sticking
and
corners.
We were watching him, and I was like, Lars, who's 19? He doesn't play much, does he? Oh, that's Reagan Quinn. Even the other day, Lars, is Reagan Quinn going to get in? Oh, yeah, he'll play. I've always thought he was really good. I mean, every time we see him. Was he a senior now from Chaminade? 6'2"?
Can't miss Zungalia, can you? 35 in black.
I don't know what his ground ball totals. Russ DeLynn is our stat guru here for this weekend.
I had 9 unofficially as Towson gets one back, and Kobe Smith is limping off the field, their All-American defenseman.
Kobe could run a midfield chip for this team. I mean, he is that skilled. Zungalia's got a zillion ground balls. Kobe is a defender who just runs by a midfielder like he's isolating down. A good year to be an independent. Big Ten schedule being released late this week.
Both Penn State and Maryland.
Yeah, no out of conference.
Penn State and Maryland are going to be good.
Okay, so what's the impact of no out of conference? Think about it. You come in 4th in that league.
New goalie for Virginia's Bobby Gavin, the freshman. And Towson greets him with a goal. Brody McLean.
He's played well. Brody McLean's done a nice job inside.
Losing a game in the Big Ten and the ACC. Very little.
True, but it's going to be hard to put a team who's 2-8 in the playoffs ahead of a team who's 8-2.
What does the committee always value? Strength of schedule, RPI. There's no eye test. As Towson scores again. This isn't college football where you got people in the room and they're watching games or sometimes not watching, but whatever.
You know,
there's no eye test. There's no subjectivity.
The RPI works poorly for a 15-game schedule. It's even worse for a 10-game schedule where there's less cross-pollination, where there's less
involved and changed. So, you know, whether we like it or not, that ultimately will decide who gets in.
I'm happy we're able to have this argument in
I'm happy we can argue with each other, finally,
yeah,
not just over
honestly,
text.
We're talking about lacrosse. We're talking about May.
Virginia gets to 20. Will Corey, sophomore attackman, cracking the goal column.
Charlottesville native gets a big applause here. Really friends and family only here at Klockner. Great non-conference games. Okay, Air Force beat Duke last year. High Point and Virginia. The last game, Anish, we did in person, correct, with Clark?
Yeah, the three of us. That was High Point, Virginia.
Buckshot. That was an
Devin
epic
Buckshot.
game.
Yeah, he was sensational. High Point kid.
And then Loyola's Loyola. I think the Greyhounds are going to be a little better this year than they were a year ago.
Shot and a score, Alex Reed. Now, Loyola last year had the double whammy. You lose Pat Spencer and then Chase Scanlon transferred.
The ability to dodge that wing of Brow. Take this thing a week at a time this year.
Quite the impressive opening statement, and maybe a reminder to everybody in the